Hello, everyone, and welcome. I'm excited to have you here today to explore a fascinating topic: the silent expectations, what women secretly want in relationships. Today, we'll uncover some surprising truths about what women truly desire, often without saying a word. We'll look at why these hidden needs matter and how understanding them can transform your relationships. So, let's dive in and discover what's really going on beneath the surface. On this slide, we're exploring unspoken desires that create a lasting connection. Think of it this way: if you can recognize and meet these expectations without her having to spell them out, you'll truly stand out as a man she deeply values, and one she finds hard to replace. So, let's break down these 7 silent expectations women have in relationships that they'll never actually say to your face. First, she wants you to take the lead without her asking. No woman's going to say, "Please, take charge." That's because admitting she doesn't want full control feels uncomfortable. But deep down, women respect and crave a man who leads with quiet confidence. It's about showing strength without being overbearing. Next, she wants to feel chosen every day. Even the most confident women sometimes wonder, does he still feel the same way about me? She won't ask for reassurance constantly because that might seem needy. But inside, she does crave that feeling of being appreciated and still loved. And third, she wants you to stay mysterious. Many men believe that mystery is just for the early dating phase. That's a mistake. Maintaining some mystery over time keeps the attraction alive. It's about balancing openness with intrigue, keeping her curious and interested, no matter how long you've been together. So these unspoken expectations, taking the lead, feeling chosen, and staying mysterious, are key to deepening your connection without ever having to say a word about them. Leading with confidence is really about taking initiative, not about dominating. It's about showing that you're willing to step up and guide the situation. For example, think about the difference between asking, "Where do you want to eat?" which often signals indecision, versus saying, "Be ready at 7, I'm taking you somewhere nice." That second approach shows confidence and certainty. It's similar with planning weekends. Rather than waiting for her to come up with ideas, you come up with plans yourself. When you take the lead, you're sending 2 powerful subconscious messages. First, I'm capable, and second, you can relax and enjoy yourself when you're with me. Indecision, on the other hand, can actually kill attraction. If you keep forcing her to make every decision, you start to resemble her manager rather than her partner. That shifts the dynamic and can weaken the connection. Instead, it's better to set the tone, take charge, and give her the freedom to lean into your leadership. Remember, leadership isn't about control. It's about creating a sense of security and confidence that naturally draws her closer. Feeling chosen every single day is about those small, consistent gestures that communicate your love and commitment. It could be something simple like a look across the room that says, "You're mine," without needing words, or a spontaneous, thinking of you text that reminds her she's on your mind. Pulling her close in public, showing affection openly, also speaks volumes. When a woman feels chosen, she naturally relaxes into the relationship. She becomes more affectionate, more committed, and less likely to seek validation outside of your connection. But if you neglect this, if she doesn't feel chosen or valued, she might start questioning her place in your life. That can make her more open to outside attention or affection from others. So these small, everyday actions are crucial. They maintain that feeling of being chosen and strengthen your bond over time. Women are natural explorers by nature. They don't just want to love you, they want to discover who you really are. That's why it's important to keep some elements of your life a little mysterious. For example, having solo hobbies or passions that she's not always involved in can create intrigue. Surprising her with new skills or goals also keeps things fresh and exciting. And it's helpful to keep some details about your day playful and teasing, rather than giving her a full report every time. But remember, mystery doesn't mean dishonesty. It's about having depth, independence, and layers that she hasn't fully unraveled yet. When she feels there's still more to discover about you, she'll stay hooked and interested. So the key is to be authentic, have your own life, and let her enjoy the process of uncovering who you are. That's what keeps the spark alive. When it comes to protection, most women will tell you they can handle themselves. And likely, they can. But what really matters is how she feels in your presence. Deep down, she wants to feel safe, and that's where subtlety plays a huge role. Real protection isn't about showing off or fighting. It's about instinctive, quiet actions that communicate safety without words. For example, switching to the traffic side when you're walking together. Those small gestures show you're aware and considerate. Or positioning yourself between her and someone who might make her uncomfortable. That's a clear sign you're ready to step in if needed. Even deflecting a disrespectful conversation. That's another subtle move that signals you're attentive and protective. These small acts speak volumes. They say, "You're safe with me." And even if she doesn't say it out loud, she'll feel it through her body language, her comfort level, and her trust in you. It's about consistently showing awareness in ways that matter most, and that's what truly builds a sense of safety and trust over time. Here's a little paradox I want to share. Women love being cherished, but they don't want to be your entire world. If you give up your goals, friends, and passions just to focus solely on her, what initially felt flattering can start to feel suffocating over time. Why is that? Well, women are naturally attracted to men with purpose. When you're ambitious and pursuing something bigger than just the relationship, your time and presence become more valuable, and that's attractive. Now think about this. If she met you when you were driven and focused, but now you've abandoned everything for her, she might feel like she lost the man she initially fell for. Worse still, she might start feeling like she's your only source of happiness, which can be really exhausting. The irony here is that when you prioritize your purpose and passions, she actually craves your time more. She admires the man who shares his life with the world, not the guy who's just waiting around for her texts. So, staying true to your purpose isn't just good for you. It's what keeps the connection healthy and exciting. When it comes to expressing your affection, relying solely on special occasions like her birthday or Valentine's Day can actually backfire. If she starts to feel like your gestures are just scheduled events, it can kill the romance and make your feelings seem less genuine. Instead, the secret to keeping that chemistry alive is to surprise her with unexpected, thoughtful gestures. It could be something simple like picking up her favorite snack when you're out, or sending her a song that made you think of her. These small acts show you're paying attention and that you care beyond the obvious moments. You might plan a spontaneous day trip just because you want to spend quality time together. The most important thing isn't how much money you spend, it's the attention you give. Surprises communicate, "I notice you," and "I think of you even when you're not around." When you break routine with unprompted acts of romance, it keeps her excited and engaged in the relationship. It's about making her feel special and appreciated through these little, unexpected moments that really strengthen your connection. Now, let's talk about a playful challenge and why it's such a powerful tool in maintaining attraction. Many men believe that simply agreeing with everything she says will keep her happy, but the truth is, that approach actually makes you predictable. And as we all know, predictability quickly turns into boredom. What really makes attraction thrive is a bit of playful challenge. It's about showing confidence, wit, and a willingness to stand your ground without being confrontational or combative. This keeps the dynamic light, flirtatious, and fun. So, what does that look like in practice? It's not about arguing for the sake of arguing. It's teasing her, playfully disagreeing, or subtly holding your ground in a charming way. The psychology behind this is simple. When a woman feels she has to put in a little effort to win your attention, she becomes more invested in you. This approach maintains excitement and keeps the connection lively, which is essential for long-term attraction. Remember, it's about striking that balance between confidence and playfulness, making the interaction engaging and memorable. Mastering the unspoken is really about understanding the subtle, yet powerful, things that create a strong connection. These expectations aren't about material things like money, gifts, or grand gestures. Instead, they focus on presence, awareness, leadership, and emotional intelligence. It's about being truly present with her, noticing the little things, and understanding her needs without her having to say them outright. A man who quietly masters these 7 areas doesn't need to rely on dramatic displays, because he understands what really matters. He earns her respect naturally, keeps her interest alive, and maintains that spark, not because he's perfect, but because he's attuned to what she's feeling and thinking. And that's the key, understanding what she'll never say out loud. Master these skills, and it's not just about holding her attention, it's about holding her heart. That's the essence of genuine connection and lasting love.